Scream 6 in 6 minutes or less. I'm going to give a long 45-second spoiler warning. While I'm doing that, feel free to click the like button on the video. Maybe subscribe if you haven't. But like I said, 45 seconds of me telling you spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. I'm going through the entire movie from opening kill to post-credit scene. Who lives, who dies, who's Ghostface, who isn't, their motive, every little thing. Literally every spoiler I can remember and think of. So, do not come crying to me if this spoils it for you, because I have told you, I've given you so much warning that there's going to be spoilers. So, another 5 seconds and I'm starting. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Opening kill is Laura, who's played by Samara Weaving. We knew it was going to be, but we actually see who killed her. It was Jason, played by Tony Revolori. Jason and his roommate Greg are trying to finish Richie's movie from part 5. Greg is already decapitated in the refrigerator. Jason gets killed by Ghostface. That's the opening credit scene. Then we cut to Sam and her therapist. She tells him everything that's happened in part 5, including the fact that someone started a conspiracy. She killed everyone in part 5 and framed Richie. Then we go home and we meet Quinn, who is Sam and Tara's roommate, as well as we see Danny across the alley, who Sam has a little crush on. Mindy, Chad, Annika, Ethan, and Tara are all at a party. Sam goes and gets them. Once they get home, news comes on about Jason and Greg's murders. There was a Ghostface mask left at the scene. Sam's like, we gotta get out of town. Quinn calls her father, Detective Bailey, and he's like, yeah, you can't get out of town. You gotta come to the station, because Sam's ID was found at the murder scene. Sam and Tara go to walk to the station. Sam gets a call from Richie Kirsch. It's Ghostface, obviously. He jumps out of the bushes to attack them. They run in the bodega. Ghostface kills 3 people in the bodega. The way they get out of there is Ghostface goes to shoot them over a shelf, and they push the shelf over on them. Now we're at the police station. Detective Bailey's like, the mask that was left at Jason and Greg's murder belonged to Richie Kirsch. Do you know who that is? And they're like, yeah, we know a little bit about who it is. They ask for alibis. Sam says her alibi is her therapist. Tara was at a party. Then Kirby shows up. She's the FBI. She's like, yeah, Jason and Greg, who died first, they were from Atlanta. I'm out of the Atlanta field office. Here's everything I have on them. I was following their online activity because they were planning a Ghostface attack. Another mask was left at the bodega, and it belonged to Charlie and Jill. And, of course, Kirby knows Charlie and Jill. Kirby and Sam actually went to high school together. Kirby was a senior when Sam was a freshman. Sam and Tara are like, we're getting out of town. They're like, you can't, because you're persons of interest in a double homicide. So they have to stay in New York. On the way out, all the media is there asking questions, including Gail. Gail's like, do you think you're responsible for bringing Ghostface to the Big Apple? Sam swings on Gail, but she dodges it. But then Tara swings on Gail. Next, we get the rules to, the infamous rules scene. Mindy tries way too hard. It's the rules of a franchise. I'm not going to say them because they don't matter. Nothing she says actually comes true or means anything. Then we get Sam's therapist's house again. He gets murdered. Someone punches through the door and grabs him and bashes his face up against the bar, then stabs him through the nose. They take Sam's file. A mask is left at his murder. It belongs to Roman Bridger. Next, we're back home at the apartment with the Core 4. They establish that they're the Core 4. They're a family. They're all grieving in their own way. It's a really beautiful scene. While they're chilling out, Danny from across the street, or across the alley, sees Ghostface in Annika's room. He tries to call Sam. She doesn't answer. He takes a photo of it and airdrops it to everyone. They see it. They get really worried. Ghostface throws Quinn's dead body out the door. They all run. Tara and Chad run out the front door. That leaves Annika, Mindy, and Sam. Mindy gets slashed in the arm and makes a really, really, really big deal out of it. Annika gets stabbed in the stomach and choked, and that leaves those 3 to get across the ladder. Sam goes across first. She's fine. Mindy takes her sweet time getting across and hams up her shoulder injury. And then Annika, obviously, she falls off, hits her head on the way down, and she dies. Next morning, Gail shows up and is like, I know where they're getting the masks from. This is where we see the shrine. Shrine's beautiful. It's whatever. Nothing really significant at that point happens. Bailey's like, I have a plan on how to catch this guy. Kirby tells Gail, you have to leave, though, because this is official police business. They do a classic stakeout in a white van while Sam and Tara walking around in the park as bait. Ghostface calls, but Ghostface isn't nearby. Ghostface is at Gail's place. He attacks Gail's boyfriend, kills him, attacks Gail, gets really close to killing her. But right before they deliver the final blow, Sam and Tara show up and shoot at Ghostface, and they run off. Gail never dies. Next, we're at the hospital. They make a plan to go to the shrine and lock themselves in to trap Ghostface. So they go get on the subway. This is the infamous subway scene. Everyone is on the same train except for Mindy and Ethan. Mindy has Ethan pegged as Ghostface, so she tells him to stay away. Mindy gets attacked by someone who isn't Ethan. She gets stabbed in the stomach twice. Once again, hams up her injuries. Ethan helps her, and then we cut to the shrine. Going into the shrine is going to be Kirby, Sam, Tara, and Chad. That's it. We go in there. Kirby locks the building down. They all go their separate ways, just looking around. Detective Bailey calls Sam, is like, hey, Kirby isn't with the FBI anymore, actually. She got fired. She had a mental breakdown after the murders in Woodsboro last year. You got to get out of there. But the place is completely locked down. Tara and Chad are off by themselves, having a little romantic moment. Out of nowhere, Tara gets stabbed in the back. Chad fights off Ghostface. They start running. They hook up with Sam. Kirby is MIA at this point. Then Chad gets attacked. He's getting the upper hand against Ghostface. Then a second Ghostface comes out. They stab him a bunch of times simultaneously, and then they do a simultaneous knife swipe, which is really cool. Then they chase Sam and Tara. They've got them like back to back, cornering them. Then Kirby comes out of nowhere bleeding and shoots up in the air, and they run off. Then Bailey busts in, and Kirby and him have a standoff with guns, and then Ghostface is coming up, and Bailey just shoots Kirby. It's like, we know it's Bailey now. Ghostface comes up and stands next to Bailey. Then another Ghostface comes up and stands on the other side of Bailey. It's revealed Ethan's on his left, Quinn is on his right. They faked Quinn's death. Quinn is his daughter. Ethan is also his son, and he is also Richie's father. It's a mirror of Scream 2. It's a copy of Scream 2 is all it is. The way it goes down from there is Tara stabs Ethan through the mouth and twists it. He's dead. Sam shoots Quinn in the head. She's dead. Sam and Detective Bailey have a little standoff. She ends up stabbing him 32 times, killing him. Ethan pops up for one last scare. Kirby takes care of that. Chad didn't die. No one really died who came from a previous movie. The only person left from the original or the new cast is Danny. The after credit scene is another part of the rules scene, and it's literally just Mindy going, not every movie needs an after credit scene. There we go. It's like a little bit over 6 minutes. It was like 6 minutes and 5 seconds, but I had a hiccup I was trying to suppress, so I'm counting it, y'all. Damn it. That's it. That's Scream 6. I thought it was great. I didn't think it was as great as everyone else seems to think it is, because I think it's literally just a copy of Part 6 but set in New York. Or a copy of Part 2 but set in New York. It is still good, has its moments, but there you go. That's Scream 6 from beginning to end. There are some other stuff that happens, but not really important to the story. If y'all want something longer where I literally tell you everything, I'll do it. Let me know in the comments. I love you all. Have a great, safe week.